morning, good afternoon, and good evening, GHA family and friends. We are back with another homework helper video, and today this one is for 5th grade. Okay, we have Module 3, Lesson 6, and I'm going to read the directions, and I'm going to go over a couple that we have not seen before. Okay, so it says, for the following problems, draw a picture using the rectangular fraction model and write the answer. Simplify your answer if possible. Okay, so one has an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and an H. So I'm going to go over a couple of these that we have not seen before. So first is number 1A. It says 1 minus 5, 6. All right, so we're going to solve this one regular first, then do a rectangular fraction model, okay? So we have 1 minus 5, 6, and we know we cannot subtract that because we don't even have a denominator here. And so we need to turn 1 into a fraction that has the same denominator as 6, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to put 6 over 6. Here's why. Remember, I always say fractions are a lot like division problems, okay? This can be your dividend and this can be your divisor, okay? So what we needed to do was we needed to find two numbers that are going to be divided by each other that equals 1. And we know that any number divided by itself equals 1. So boom, we have 6 over 6. 6 divided by 6 equals 1, okay? So we have 6 over 6 minus 5 over 6 equals 1 over 6. As we know, our denominator is going to stay the same, and we subtract our numerators. 6 minus 5 equals 1, okay? So now we're going to do the rectangular fraction model, which is very, very simple as well. So for our, this is not a mixed number, this is just our whole number with no fraction attached. So we're going to draw our rectangle as such, or our square. And that means when there's nothing inside, that means one whole, okay? And so we're gonna subtract 5 6. So we need to put our 5 6 inside or on top of our 1, or 6 6 6, sorry. So 5 6, that means we need 5 lines in here to make 6 boxes, okay? So I'm gonna do that. Since there's nothing inside horizontally or vertically, I'm gonna draw 5 6 horizontally. So I'm gonna go 1 2 3 4, and 5, okay? So that's 6 blocks, and we're gonna fill in 5 of them. So mind you, we're taking away, so as I'm taking away these 5 out of 6, you'll see what we have left as I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So I filled in 5, and so if we had 6 6, and we took away 5 of those 6 6, then we only have 1 6 left, which is demonstrated here in our rectangular fraction model, 1 6, okay? So here's what you need right here if you want to show your work and your rectangular fraction model. All right. So now I'm gonna go over another one. E looks pretty difficult, so I'm gonna go over E. It says 1 2/5. So here we have a mixed number. We have a whole number and a fraction attached to it. So 1 2/5 minus 3/4. Okay. So we have 1. Use black. 1 2/5 minus 3/4, okay? So we know we cannot subtract these two because they don't have the same denominator. So for starters, 1, to get us going, we know that we need to multiply these two, and that's gonna give us 20, okay? So we know that once we do our rectangular fraction model, it'll show that we have 20 as a whole for our denominators, okay? So that's what we're gonna do here. So let's go ahead and fix this problem up. So we're gonna put our 1 to the side and figure out how to get our 2/5 to 20, okay? So we got 5 times 4 gives us 20. And then whatever we do to the bottom, we gotta do to the top. So 2 times 4 is 8, okay? And then we have, here, we're going to have 3/4. So 4 times 5 gives us 20. So we need to multiply the 3 by 5, okay? So this is a little backwards. And normally you wouldn't do this, but 15 minus 8 is gonna leave us with 7/20, okay? All right, so now that we're left with 7/20, we can put our 1 back and subtract 7/20, okay? So what do we need that 1 to be that's gonna equal 1 as a fraction? It's gonna be 20/20, okay? Minus 7/20, okay? So now we know that our denominator is going to be 20, and we know 20 minus 7 leaves us with 13, okay? So our answer is 13/20, or 13 over 20. I just want us to get in the habit of saying the fractions right. So we have 7/20, and we subtracted that 7/20 from 20/20, which equal to 1, and we are left with 13/20, okay? So I'm gonna erase this so that we can do our fractional model, okay? So we do our rectangular fractional model by using our original problem, okay? So I'm gonna get rid of this, and I'm gonna show our 1 for 1, and this is gonna be our 2/5 here, okay? So 2/5, we need 4 lines to make 5, and then I'm going to fill in 2 of them for 2/5. Okay, just so that we can have our original problem up there. All right, so I have my 2/5 filled in. Now I have to show my 3/4 on top of my 1 and 2/5. So I'm going to make 4 blocks in each of these vertically, okay? So I did my 1 and 2/5 horizontally. I'm gonna do my 3/4 vertically, okay? So here we go, 4 boxes. We need 3 lines, 1, 2, and 3, okay? And then 1, 2, and 3, okay? We also need to bring our lines across, okay? So there we have it. All right, so now you can see that we have 20 blocks here and 20 blocks here, which gave us our common denominators, okay? And so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here, and we need to have 15 over here so that we can subtract. So now that we have our 15 filled in and we have our 8 filled in, that was leaving us with our 7/20, okay? And then from that 7/20, we subtracted from our 1, which was 20/20, and we were left with 13/20. All right, so have a good evening.